Welcome to PlayOwnAi. We'll build Ollama Windows. Install local AI. How to install Ollama on Windows, beginner tutorial. It's simple, smart and real-time. Watch the full video and follow the steps. Link in the description. Subscribe now and stay tuned for more exciting AI content. So let's install Ollama on Windows machine. I am on google.com and I will type Ollama for Windows and hit enter here. The first link is from Ollama.com. Let's click on Download Ollama on Windows. Here you can see Download for Windows button is visible. Let's click on it to install Ollama on Windows machine, and you can see Ollama setup has been started. The setup is approximately 273 megabytes in size. So let's wait for few seconds while setup is being downloaded. Ollama setup has been downloaded successfully. Let's click on it and start the setup. This is how the setup looks like. Let's click on Install to continue with the Ollama setup on our Windows machine. As Ollama says, it helps us to run LLMs like GPT, Llama 3 and other models on our local system. But based on let's maximize this and zoom in. And let's type Ollama here and hit enter. And you can see Ollama can be accessed from any location in CMD. Before we run some commands with Ollama, you can see that Ollama supports a list of models that are available on Ollama.com library. Let me open this in a separate tab. We will review it as well. Now they have given some example models that can be downloaded using Llama. For example, Llama 3, with 8 billion parameters, takes around 4.7 GB space on our system. Similarly, Llama 3 trained with 70 billion parameters will take around 40 gigabytes of space on our machine. So now here comes the catch. We need to have at least 8 gigabytes of RAM available to run 7B models. It means if we want to run Llama 3 model that has been trained with 8 billion parameters, it means we need to have around 10 gigabytes of RAM available to run these models. Hence in my case, I have 16 gigabytes RAM on my system and I will be able to run this model. But if you have only 8 gigabytes of RAM, then I would recommend that you run smaller models like Mistral, Neural, Chad Starling or Code Llama. That takes less space because if you try to run Llama 3 with 8 billion parameters, your system performance will be quite slow. Yes, you might be able to run this, but your system might be slow or it might crash. Now let's take a simple example. Using this command we can run a model. So let's do that. I'll use Llama run to run Mistral model, which is trained on 7 billion parameters. So let's do that. I'll switch to command prompt. And here you can see we can pull a model from a registry using pull command. Now you will understand what is the purpose of pull command and how to run a model. So let's do that. If we run a model directly internally, it will first pull a model file on our local system and then it will run it. Let's clear the screen, type Ollama to run a model which I'm as well. Let's first see the response provided by large language model. The first use case identified by the Mistral model is automated test case creation. Generative AI can be used to analyze software code and automatically generate test cases based on the identified patterns, structures, functionalities. This can significantly reduce the time and effort required to manually create test cases, improving efficiency and ensuring thorough testing, bug detection and prediction. This is another use case where generative AI can help in software testing tasks by analyzing large volumes of existing code and logs. Generative AI models can learn common patterns associated with bugs and errors in software. They can then be used to predict potential issues before they occur, enabling developers to fix them. proactively and avoid downtime or system failures. Another use case identified by Mistral model is regression testing, where generative AI can help to automate the process of creating regression tests by generating test cases based on the modified sections of the code and checking their functionality against the original working session. Hence, these are some of the use cases where generative AI can help in software testing tasks. There can be more areas as well, but these are the top 3 identified use cases by Mistral model. Support line. Get assist. Stuck anywhere, or feeling overwhelmed? No worries. You can download the full workflow directly from my GitHub, Matanict. Just follow the link in the description. For more tutorials and smart automation tips, visit my YouTube channel at PlayOwnAi. Still need help? Feel free to drop a comment below. I personally reply and I'm happy to assist. Thanks for watching. If you found even a bit of value, please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss my next AI automation guide. Your feedback helps me create the most useful content possible. So, what's on your mind? Tell me what you're struggling with in comments. I might just build a full tutorial on it for you. We release new videos every week. Let's build smarter together with PlayOwnAi Playground.